I am calling Sewe. I am a lay preacher in Anglican Church. I am a mentor. I am an entrepreneur. I am a farmer. I am a financial advisor with the insurance company. I am born again. I serve in the youth ministry, and above all, Christ my Lord and personal Savior.
My name is Sewe. I'm a guest, but I consumed a lot of these. Good afternoon.
Consumer of his products. Thank you for the applications.
Complaint and consumer. Good afternoon all. I'm Michael from Maths and Physics Department. His client. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. I'm Dalton Wagogo, Finance Officer. I'm a great consumer of this product. And also we are fellowship in the same church, Mombasa Memorial Cathedral. Yeah, good friends.
Good afternoon. I'm Bernard Commander. I'm a lover of books and knowledge. That's why I'm here. Thank you.
Hello. Linda Violet, student.
Karim Sasa.
Good afternoon. I'm Genesia, student.
Karim Sana.
Good afternoon. Mary, librarian.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gang School Business.
Vanga, a former student, a daily consumer of his products, and also the designer of the book. Thank you.
What's your name? Dr. Architect, please welcome.
From there, the ladder will climb, then I will come for refreshments.
Good afternoon. Okay, this time I'm happy that my colleagues have joined us. Maybe before we can go further, maybe I can ask Professor Makonde to say a word or two. Then we progress.
I have to come down here. Thank you very much, Dr. Kidena, for this opportunity. Mine is just to thank everyone who has come here to support our young alumni for this university. Actually, I've been seeing him too. I confused him with one of my students. So all along when he used to come to my office saying me too, I thought he's one of my of our student in the school. But I really appreciate him. He has shown a lot of humility throughout. From he used to walk, and then there's a time I saw him with a motorbike. I said, "What's up?" He said, "I'm upgrading." So he has gone through a lifestyle which is worthy training and also telling other people so that they can actually relate. Because it's a lifestyle that many people may be going through such hardships, but then they give up easy. But for him, he has climbed up the ladder, and it is good what he's doing now so that he can show the rest that it is possible. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. that you can make it. So thank you very much. I appreciate and keep it up. Huh?
Thank you so
I
much.
have known today that Collins was our student. I didn't know. I have always associated him with the student. And you know, in my school we have a program called Conflict and Security Studies. So at one time I told the school that I think we have a security threat. That one day Collins may decide to lace our peanuts with poison and will kill all of us. And then they told me that Collins is a very religious man. So I have seen a blend of Islam and religion, and I think that is quite powerful and quite inspiring. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I don't want to be another MC, but I've seen the Dean of Students. The Dean of Students.
My name is Joel Aruno, the Dean of Students. I'm very happy to be here this afternoon. There's this man called the groundnuts man. You know, initially I thought I was the only consumer of the groundnuts because I would always find him in my office waiting for me. But later on I discovered that he was selling groundnuts not only in Tunu, but in the whole of Mombasa city. There's a day I went to Treasury and been sent there to deliver some documents. And I found him selling groundnuts at the Treasury, the central bank. In fact, he was not just selling, but they had an order for a function which they were posting. So he was the main supplier of the snacks, which are the groundnuts. So I encouraged him, and he also encouraged me. It was a challenge actually. I can tell you what the challenge was. That I go and plant 1 acre of groundnuts, and I sell to him. So he was also supposed to do the same. Plant 1 acre of groundnuts, and we compare notes. So I actually went and planted a whole acre of groundnuts. But you know, it was far away in my village. So I shared the acre with some other people. But they sent me a whole sack of groundnuts to Mombasa. The unmoved ones, yeah, unshelled ones. So I got my 1 sack of groundnuts. So I called him that, Collins, come and see the groundnuts, which I planted. So I'm very glad that this Collins was not just selling groundnuts, but he's an intellectual. He's writing books. He's writing what? He has written one, and this is just the first among the many which I'm certain he will write. And the librarian is here. We want you to keep a catalog of the books that Collins will write. So we want to encourage him and also encourage his colleagues who are here that this is a very good step, a very good example which has been set by one of you. And is our product, is our student. We are very happy about him. Whether you are here, you follow in his footsteps too. So, with those few remarks, I want to congratulate you on this occasion of the launch of your first book. And we are also very happy as too that our product is going places. How many people are joining me in congratulating Collins?
Doing a diploma in procurement and materials management. He worked with us for several years. He ended up in the procurement department for some time before his contract expired. When you read through his book, you can be able to see the kind of values that he's trying to pass to our youth. And it's a confirmation that was not of indulging at the former Manyani those days. So you are able to see his hard work, you are able to see his other good values that are coming out throughout the book. I've not read all of it, but the few pages I've been able to read, they are really inspiring. And I hope that
I remember sometimes it is lunchtime and I'm feeling very hungry and I'm asking, I used to actually at that time ask my former secretary, mbona wiki jana leo akuleta njugu? Sasa tutakula ya burgers, hakuna njugu na nini. So I think Collins, I'm very, very proud of you, extremely proud. And I think this week has been an amazing week for two. As the Dean has just said, there's been one achievement after the other, and all these achievements are coming from our students. We just saw the one where the student who was being interviewed by the president, the student was actually sitting and the president was standing, and he's the one telling the president all those things that the president is asking him questions. And then after that, there is also our student at KEBS who won 2 awards, who was actually an intern there. And he also won an award, and I saw it yesterday, and I was saying, tune is really rising. Before I've even settled, today we are having now the launch, Collins launch, and as you've heard, his is a journey which he will be able to tell us himself. But it suffices me to just say that Collins is a product of hard work and resilience. It just teaches us that you can be whatever you want to be. It might not be now, but your destiny, God has already arranged for that destiny. Sometimes in between, there could be those roadblocks in between. We just need to navigate them, but finally you'll reach there. You just need to persist, and persist. When you knock one door, don't say that, nimeshapiga hiyo door bado, I'm now tired. Never give up. I think that is the story we're getting from him. And then versatility, flexibility. Just because you have a degree in procurement, it doesn't mean you cannot do anything else. Just because you have a diploma in procurement or any other course, it doesn't mean that you cannot do other things. He was actually showing how you can actually be able to diversify your talents. And here he was, as he was, he studied procurement, but he was busy now using those, as Daktari was saying, he does it professionally. Nikuza njugu lakini you do it professionally. Mpaka mtu anasema, huyu mtu, si mtu si kama wachuuzi wa kawaida. Already somebody will see the way you articulate that business is somebody who actually has some knowledge and knows those rules of the game. So what I'm trying to say here is that for our students, don't start lamenting every day, hakuna kazi, hakuna kazi, hakuna kazi. Tuna watu wanasema, kazi, usichague kazi. You will always, if you sit, dream, your dream will come one day. This is what I eventually want to do. But in between, don't just sit. I remember my daughter when she finished from 4. She was now asking me every other day, leo mama pesa pocket money, leo sijui hivi leo. Nikamwambia afadhali unipe shule. Tafutie shule. Okay, then the one day shakaanza kunia nimerudi nyumbani ananiambia, mwanzo aliniambia, "Mami, leo please, can I ask you a favor?" I asked favor then. Nataka Anis anipeleke is it Bahuri Beach Hotel or Continental Hotel? Kuna nini? Anambia nipeleke tu. There's a meeting. I want to go there. Akaenda. Then the next thing ananiambia, "Mami, mbona ukienda zile meetings, wewe unalipwa baada ya siku ngapi?" Nikamwambia, "Asema kule wameniitisha, wameniambia ni sign, lakini sasa wakaitisha ID na mimi sina ID." Nikamwambia, "Then what did you do?" Sema sasa mimi nikaa sina hata passport number nini, lakini mimi nikaandika tu, yule mama akaniambia, "Wewe andika tu jina yako na nini hapo, tutatia simu yako, tutakuletea pesa yako kwa M-Pesa." So she was waiting now when she will get that money. And to her, it was a great achievement. She went there for a training, and it was a training on gender-based violence. And when she was there, she was the youngest. Anasema mimi ndio wa mdogo kabisa hapo. And then even while she was there, she was in that group. She was the one telling them that when they will have that group work. Anaambia, yule instructor hakusema tufanye hivi. We need to do it this other way. Wale wenzake anaambia, unajua nini wewe? So they did it their own way. And then when they were starting to give the presentation, yule anawaeleza exactly what she was saying. So the next project, wale anawaambia, hebu tueleze vile tutafanya, So you always make a mark and you give yourself something to do. Yeah, because as a VC, I could easily just be giving her money. But why should I? Macha mimi sikupata pesa for free. Ili nikiwa si yangu kidogo hapa, ukanisumbua na hizo akili na stress. Nitazipata hizo pesa. Kwa hivyo kila mtu ajipatie shughuli and something, and God always has a way of doing these things. Maana ananiambia, nimefanya nimetia kwa online. But I'm teaching tuition. Now already I have 4 people, 4,000 hizo. Sijui namwambia, you see, this is how we get money. Sinaambia nende ngatafutie watu just from 4, una career yoyote unataka nikutafutie kazi wapi? You know, hakuna kazi, wewe jipatie wenyewe shughuli hizo. And this is what I'm trying to say. And calling in some of those people who decided they're not just going to sit. Waka decide wacha nijipatie shughuli ya kuuza juu. You know? And you see how it flourished. And he also changed his way of doing things. Everybody, he even networked. All of us know him because of the Jews. Not because he has a diploma here or he was a student. We all know him. Most of us know him because of his trade. Everybody knows him and he has network, he has friends, and so on and so forth. So what I'm trying to tell our youngsters and the Gen Zs. Kazi ni kazi. Kazi ni kazi. Wewe mwenyewe lazima ujipatie hizo shughuli na ujipatie hizo kazi. So mine is just again to say kudos to Collins for what he has done. I want to first hear about the book, but I want to just tell you, I don't know how much it's costing, by the way. I don't know how much is the price of, until we launch it. That's when we know how much it is. But I want to assure you that I'm taking the first 10 copies. You have to sign each one of them. So that whoever I give, nimwambie huyu nipatie story yake, na nimwambie mwenyewe alikuja launch hapa tu. Because we want again to thank you very much. And I know we have other engagements that we are going to do. Otherwise, as I said, we will spend the whole day to give the story, and we will even talk about the whole book, the book today. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. There's one thing I forgot to say. I had written here, and I want first again to appreciate Vijana Publishers. Asante sana Mohamed for supporting our students. My daughter is trying to write some, she's been writing things, so I'll also introduce her to you. You know, maybe that's another book we will be having, which will be launching soon. So mine is just to thank you very much and for the support. Madam Chilimo, thank you very much again for supporting this. I missed the other launching because I had to go to Nairobi for another meeting, but at least now I will make sure for every launch. Siku imebadilika, na wote tabadilisha siku yako hapo. So thank you very much, and thank you all for coming.
Mwambie change the narrative. Change the narrative. Ukionekana ndio lile limepita pale. The man of the day. The man of the day. Na nikiona umekasirika najua. Yes. Haujakula njugu vizuri. Atwende. Anguka nayo baba, anguka nayo. Anguka nayo.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Wow, this is so great. I don't believe this can happen. Just a jugo seller like me. Wow, I'm proud to I have introduced my wife, when I was late, my dear wife. So you came during our wedding. We wedded in 2022, and we were blessed because we were supported by people who believe in us. She's fancy, and we are blessed with 2 children, baby Jazzy and baby Beach. Thank you so much. And secondly, I just want to make a few notes about this journey, which has taken me 5 years, because I started working I normally say I don't walk, I do deliver. I started delivering this ground nuts here in 2018. Actually, after I graduated in 2018, I managed to secure the first job here as a sweeper. Before that, I did attachment at the procurement office. After the attachment, I graduated. After graduation, I was following Mary. Those of you who remember Mary, she used to be in the department. Yes, Mary Wandenya. So Mary Wandenya offered me a job opportunity to sweep. So I was sweeping the compound, and within a short time, I got promotion from being in the public to now in the private place. I was taken to the washroom. So I was actually doing the washroom, which I did so well. I think I would wake up very early in the morning, I would do my job, and then in the evening I would do it again. And the work was so well to her, and she promoted me again. You know, with us, we don't care about being promoted in terms of finances. We are looking at the office. Nobody cares for the office, they want the income. So I was promoted from that area now to the lecture. So I was now sitting in the lecture. You see, the condition has changed. And within a short time, I was promoted from there to the procurement office. I worked with people like Chungaji there, and Gada is not here. He's in a meeting in the procurement office where I was as a cleaner. I used to clean that office. And I think the work was so well, and within a short period, I became office assistant. I was being trusted with those Bahasha to take the BC office to the different departments. Then within 1 month, I think the clerk was on leave, and I was given that job as a clerk. But the income remained 600 per day. 600 per day. So I did it so well, and within a short time, the contract expired. I felt so much with Jengo in Shans. So to get a chance, I was staying in Sauni, a room of 2.5. So I was walking from Sauni to Shans. I did it 1 week, flat week. We were promised we will be paid next week. Next week I did it again. We did it so well. Then on weekend when we were supposed to be paid, the foreman was no longer there. We went with our man. I felt so much bad. Like I was giving up in life. When I talked to my elder brother who actually paid me the fee, the college fee. He said, you know, it's a burden. Now I'll be paying you the house. So the solution is either you go home. When you find a job, come back to Mombasa. But I insisted. I said, no, I'm staying in Mombasa, no matter what. So I had to look for other ways. But God talked to me, and I just said, with this time, because I have nothing to do, why don't I just give myself to serve the Lord in the ministry? So that's why it's breakthrough with the church corridor. So the time I let me just find my church and just give myself in youth ministry, teens ministry. Kama mnataka mtu wa kutuma matanga, mnanipata hapo. I was there. I went to so many funerals by that time. Until one day, when we went for a visitation to a certain place for kuombea mgonjwa, I was given an opportunity to preach. When I shared out, and I was grateful that no matter I'm gonna rent ya 3 months ya kufukuzwa kwa nyumba, then there came one of my spiritual men who handed me 1,000 shillings. So this 1,000 shillings I prayed about in the book. In my book, I've talked about the power of prayer. The power of prayer. I prayed about this money. Just open me what I can do with it. And then within a short, when I was sleeping the same night, I had a that I was walking boiled egg. That after the service now I was walking around the boiled egg. And when I woke up, I was like, God would have given me a dream like that big chair in the procurement office. Now I'm dreaming something like walking boiled egg. But I just pray about it. And I say, God, maybe you have a reason why you want me to do this. It was on a Saturday. On Sunday, I went to church. On Monday, that thing was disturbing me. Can I start this? And how will people look at me as a graduate? Now I want to walk boiled egg. Utafuta kazi gani unatafuta kuni? but or something pushed me to just do this thing. On Monday, I went to Kongowea. I bought 1 crate of egg. I bought tomato. I bought kitunguu. Then on Tuesday, I bought it so well in my place. And nikafunga vizuri, nikapanda gari. Nikaenda tu pale the church corridor ile nilikuja kwa dream. Nikaenda nikasema tu inaenda church pale. At least watu wa church wa accommodate because bado sina place. So when I went to the church, I just started walking around. I walk. Most of you are in the ESCC. I was just where ESCC is in town, opposite KU. So I hawked it around within 30 minutes. All I was gone, and I made 300 shillings. I felt so much motivated, and the following day I did 2 crates. I will get 600. 2 crates, I will get 600. Within a short time, after 1 month, I had a profit of 1,000. I feel so much encouraged because by then now I have fare, I pay my rent, I can do ministry anytime. Whenever we go for ministry, I'm going around with my eye. If you will see, there's a photo here which I took when I was walking boiled egg actually. It's here, you will see. I was very thin. At least I didn't move. So the journey continued until clients started to talk. You know, sometimes clients wanaboeka. Tumeboeka na mayai kila siku. Tumechoka. By the way, huyo client aliniambia, mimi nimechoka na mayai kila siku. So utafute kitu kingine pia utuuzie. So I felt so much challenged, like what else can I do? Then I think now I think I can introduce njugu here. So when I'm walking boiled egg, niko na njugu pia kidogo. So that's how njugu business, the rest is history. Njugu business ikaingia hapo, ikavuma hapo, ndio nikakuja na jina ya kampuni MND, mayai njugu delivery. So I njugu delivery, I was down. The time now I introduced myself to Doom, when sasa nimeachana mayai, nikasema wacha tu because naona njugu sasa watu wanapenda, mtu ananunua njugu yangu anaenda kwa ofisi, alafu watu ofisi wanapiga simu, niletee ile njugu watu wanataka hapa. So one time nikaamua yote nikuje tu nichukue makaratasi zangu. Nikikuja kuchukua makaratasi zangu, I had my bag. Na it's happened pale kwa register na huyu msichana anaitwa Rose, tunaomba na yeye alinunua njugu moja akawa introduce hao wengine. Then one of them stay akaipenda njugu. So hapo ndio Mungu akafungulia njia. I was come to, in fact, I think God was, because security will not ask me what have you done. I will just go like that. To the extent I went even to the DC office and the school accommodated me from that. The rest is it continue like that. The time I managed now to buy a roasting machine. So I moved from roasting manually now to machine, which cost me around 90,000. And then this machine, I got it from people, the clients. I told them like, no, there's this machine I want to buy, but for you to support me, just buy this week, just buy as much as ground as you want. And that one I can say that we really supported that initiative, and I managed to get that machine. And it continued like that. Within a short time, I managed also to buy a motorbike. Now Corona came in, and then when Corona kuja, I had another dream that nilikuwa kwa shamba na lima kitu kama hiyo. Nikasema let me just go back home. Nikaingia tu nyumbani hivi, then lockdown na nikaanza nikaingia tu family car. We don't have lands, but nikaanza tu kuchukua na lima 2000 ndio napata shamba na lima for 1 year. Nikaona kwa maana ya 2000. I took like 5 acres. Nikaanza kulima tu hapo. Na Mungu akaibariki tu kazi ya mkono yangu through kulima hadi leo sijawahi acha. And here I think Professor Dalo is not here. I have mentored Professor Dalo in farming, and he's doing a very large scale cassava plantation. We have a very cassava plantation, and he actually shared with me that early this year he harvested he had a production of 200,000 shillings from the cassava farming. You see how I can just mentor a professor. So the journey continued like that, and then up now I'm doing farming back at home. I have a plantation of maize, I have a millet, I have a cassava, I have a sweet potato, and all my product markets are in Mombasa here. until the other time last week my brother here ameiona kwa slide anasema wewe unaleta hizi viazi na mimi sijaipata. Wewe lakini naambia utaipata. So the journey continue like that. 2022 Mungu akafungulia njia nikaoa na mtoto pia. So God has been so faithful because I have to learn that with God everything is possible. I didn't introduce myself, so I'm an entrepreneur, I am a lay preacher at SK, I am a family man, I am a financial advisor with the insurance agency, I'm also a farmer, like I've mentioned, I am a mentor, I talk to so many things. Then as I finish, what inspired me to do this? What is inspiration to me? Like, I just feel like what I went through. I feel like there's so many youth outside here who are going through that. You have that certificate, but there's no job opportunity. You see. So I felt like I have to write this thing to make the youth know that it is not all about white collar job. You can get it and you can lose it. So when you lose it, what else can you do? My parents start to inspire them, tell them that all is not lost. Then, if I can talk about the writing process, I think the writing process, writing a book, for my understanding, I know it's something set in the mind, because you have to build it in your mind, like from page 1 to 60. In fact, before I did it, I had it in my mind from page 1 to 60, and these are the chapters. So it's give very easy time for the publisher also. Because you know your mind, you write what you your mind. To your surprise, can I tell you that this book, it has been also a surprise to my wife. She has been seeing me sleeping late, around even midnight, and she's wondering, who are you chatting with? Who are you chatting with? But I'm telling you, I'm doing something. Until she realized that I was doing a book. I think she just saw the copies just there. So it's a process, it's in the mind, and it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of resources, but you are surprised that this book, it has costed me, yes, but God has brought people who has enabled me to do this books. Then another one, I just want to say that in this book I have discussed about 4 powers that has made me who I am today. I've talked about the power of giving. You gifting someone, there's a way God can actually bless you. You giving yourself to the Lord ministry. You giving yourself in service properly. There's a way God can reward you. In this book, I've talked about the power of waiting. So many times we pass in a very difficult time that maybe God is talking to us to go back to the waiting room and wait as we pray. Also, I've talked about the power of decision making. As a young person, there's some decision that I made that made me to where I am today. And there's some decision that I made that made me not to where I'm supposed to be. And making a decision is very, very difficult, mostly the youth. And also, I've talked about the power of I've mentioned Thanksgiving, waiting, decision making, the power of prayer. It is very, very important. You yourself to have that time with God. Because when you pray, God will also answer your prayers. Then another one about the chapter, if you can ask me what the chapter I like most. I like chapter number 10. Chapter 10, if you read that chapter, abridging arts, a transition to marriage life. The challenges, even though I haven't mentioned it all there, but there's that, you see. So, and I reflect on a wavering support that I received during that period. I've talked about, as I conclude that chapter, I've talked about my next move, symbolizing the start of a new chapter in my life. I turned 30 years this year. I'm in the 3rd floor of coffee. And, God has fulfilled most of the things that I've desired. And a lot is coming the way. And also, the book that has supported me, that's inspired me, is the book of Isaiah, chapter 6, verse 8. It says, I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and whom will go for us? And I responded, here I am, send me. So I'm out here to, God just used to inspire the world, to inspire the youth that everything is possible. You can start with 1,000 shillings to where God has designed you to be. And then send me, oh Lord. I had applied for bachelor in pastoral ministry, that's theology, which the course will start just this month at Great Lakes University. So those are things I'm looking for, that I want to go and have that knowledge about the word of God. So that one day you tutakuwa unanialika pale, kuja uniombee nyumba yangu najenga. The most challenging aspect is financial. The process requires both your effort and God intervention. Because most people say, I've met a lot of people saying, I have so many books, but the finance, I can do that. But God intervenes, and you can actually do what? If you have an understanding of mission like mine here, it's so much understanding. Sometimes the pressure is really like, but many times is understanding. And additionally, the challenging here is the voices. We saw so many times listening to the voice of people.
Now, comrades, the time has come. We want to allow our chief guest to cut the ribbon as the darling here of Collins, twists and so Madam Visi, now we can pick the scissors. Madam, you need to be now very ready with your gun. 1, 2, 3, 20.
Appreciate and thank Collins for choosing Tool. This is his home to launch the book. And I think I've already talked enough, but mine now is just to thank you and appreciate you and tell you that the first 10 copies will be bought by the VC. You've not told us how much is a copy.
1,000 shillings.
1,000 shillings. So, M-Pesa, 10,000. You take the first 10 copies.
Today's event's been very successful, and I really thank God. I am the author of this book, Breakthrough Within Church Corridor. There you can see it. It's a journey which it can't be narrated now because it started 5 years ago. My journey through the church corridor after I felt so much into depression for so long before I find myself within the church corridor. And when I find myself in the church corridor, there where God actually started opening doors for me. It was like I had something inside me that I want to do, but until God spoke to me is when I started it. It's a journey that started with the hawking of boiled egg to hawking of ground nuts, which I'm still doing right now, to just expand to a business which is now with a lot of customers all over the county of Mombasa. And it started actually with 1,000 shillings, which I was just given by a person who not related to me. So I felt writing a book is a calling, because it's not something just you wake up and you start it. It's something you start from the mind. I am writing this book has taken me like 5 years. I did it first in my mind for the last 5 years until from last year when I started to put into writing. As a youth, what inspires me to do this book is as a youth, I understand what youth are going outside there. I understand as one person who had once had a job, but I lost my job. But I fell into depression, but I had to pick up myself, and here I am today. So I want to let you know that when you lost a job, when you don't have that job at the moment, it doesn't mean that all is gone. You can start from a humble beginning and you can rise to somewhere. The way I started by cleaning within the institution, I studied at TUM. I started with the cleaning the compound, to the washroom, to the procurement office. I became a procurement office assistant. And then when I felt that all is now well, I lost the job and I started again from the ground.
But one of the most happiest thing about Collins is very committed, but most importantly, prayerful. And I'm going to, to insist on that. Be as prayerful as you can.
I want to testify that, number one, disclaimer, I come from the same village with him. Yes, so far away from here, somewhere in Sewe. Number two, the dean of students is my in-law. So that is a disclaimer. Anything that I will say here should not be used against me. But I want to just give you an appetite to buy this book and to read it. Because in chapter 3, I'll take a small piece and read that to you. I fell in with some bad friends, and together we would go to the beaches or end up hanging around Kongowea Market by skipping school. Occasionally, when we left school around 4 p.m., I wouldn't get home until around 8 p.m. You wanna know why and where he was? To get home at around 8 p.m., get this book, and surely you will be inspired even if you are expired. Thank you so much.
Then I attribute where I am today purely because of the corridor, because of the church corridor. Through the church corridor, God enabled me to have people who has inspired me, mentored me, have walked with me. The book, I've discussed 4 powers. I've talked about the power of prayer. Many times we need to pray. I've talked about decision making. There's very important that we have to make a decision. And I've talked about the power of thanksgiving, which we are to give other people, giving and being gifted. There's so many ways we can give ourselves. And also I've talked about the power of waiting. So as youth, sometimes we need to wait, which probably is very difficult, but we have to wait sometimes. In this book, the chapter that inspired me most is the chapter number 10, Bridging Hearts. I transitioned to marriage life as a married man, and I reflect the unwavering support I've got from people when I was looking forward to get married. And then in this book, chapter 10, I've talked about my next move. Next move symbolizing the starting of a new chapter. Being I've turned 30 years old, so the next, from 30 years, I'm starting a new chapter. It's like I'm writing another book. So I feel like I'm writing another book at the moment. God is fulfilling something inside me. And the word that encouraged me is from the book of Isaiah, chapter number 6, verse 8, which says, I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send, and who will go for us? I responded, here I am. I'm ready to go. And God actually has talked to me and has released me to the world to share this gospel, not only to the youth, to everyone outside there. The most challenging aspect in writing is financial. But don't be worried of financial, because God will make a way for you. He will give you people who will support you through this journey. I did this book. It's a purely support from people. And then the toughest criticism that I've ever got from writing a book is the voice of people. Sometimes you will listen so much to what people are saying, not listen to what God is saying inside us. So it is my request, listen to what God is saying. People will criticize you, will say, you know, you can't write a book, but so long as you know what you are doing. I never thought it would be something great like this.
My name is Fancy Collins, the wife to the author. I'm grateful, and I'm here to congratulate my husband for the good work he has done. So much happy about it. Actually, writing a book is not easy, but it has taken effort, hard work, and the work of God to make it come to a success. We thank God for everything. The book is all about inspiring the youth and also encouraging people, those who have lost hope in life, at least to have hope again in their walk of life.
I am James Ogare, and I am a friend to Collins, a brother. He is my brother from another mother. We come also from the same locality back in the rural home. And I want to say that he has really inspired. He has really inspired many people, young people. And this book is life story, just freezed together in just 10 chapters, means a lot to the readers. The reader will get to be inspired, and today we have blended, and he has blended both his academic abilities and his spiritual abilities together in this book, and that is what he has launched today. So the launch has been successful. We thank the university for even the opportunity that they have given him so that he can be able to launch this book here at the Technical University of Mombasa Study of Learning.
I came to support my brother Collins. He's the new author in town, in Mombasa town, and I was very happy and humbled. First of all, he's a very good friend of mine. We fellowship in the same church, and Collins is a very friendly person. Yani ni ule msee mwenye unaweza taka tu kuwa na relationship mzuri na yeye.
The first day that I met Collins, I got inspired because I knew he was going to do something great. And now through this book that he has already launched now, we are now hoping that he's going to change the community, as now I'm being changed at the moment. And now we ask you that you will continue to support this brother of ours as he also continues to minister to us.
The toughest criticism that I've ever got from writing a book is the voice of people. Sometimes you will listen so much to what people are saying, not listen to what God is saying inside us. So it is my request to listen to what God is saying. People will criticize you, will say, you know, you can't write a book, but so long as you know what you are doing. I never thought it would be something great like this. Being launched by VC is not something being launched by VC in presence of professors and doctors, you see. And I'm a diploma holder, you see, something like that. So it is so much amazing because it is God's work. Then what to take home as I finish? Do not overlook humble beginning. Do not overlook humble beginning. Be yourself and embrace prayer and wise decision making and being great, thankful. Always commit yourself in the Lord's service. For working for the Lord is never in vain. 1 Timothy 4:12 says, don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. Thank you so much.